Looking ahead, of all of the markets that KB Home is in, where would you say the most promise is right now of recovery?
Clearly California. Everyone thinks California is falling off into the Pacific Ocean, but the more coastal regions of California that are very desirable places to live, near jobs, are recovering nicely. We're seeing the normal recovery occur 10, 15, 20 miles along the coast from San Diego to San Francisco. The market's just fine. The further inland you get, it gets a little softer. And then Texas. Texas never boomed.
Right.
Hasn't really busted. If you look in San Antonio or Austin today, you would not know that there was a recession. There's highways going in, there's shopping malls being built. It's a pretty vibrant economy.
So is that where you're focusing even more attention right now?
I keep sharing that on the earnings calls. The last 2 years, the majority of our investment has been in California and Texas.
Looking at the foreclosure problems that still do exist, especially when you look at Nevada, Arizona, Florida, what's your outlook there? I mean, have we sort of bottomed out in the foreclosure mess?
Yeah, everybody has a crystal ball on the foreclosures, and this shadow inventory number that's out there. The good news is that these homes are selling. And if you look in Arizona and Phoenix Metro, there's 7,000 resales a month. It's a good number. So there's this churn going on as more homes hit the market. They're clearing the market, and if the inflow didn't increase over time, it'll stabilize and settle. If there's more foreclosures coming than 7,000 a month,
right,
you could have an inventory buildup. So it's unclear.
What areas are you most worried about right now for instability?
There were some markets that we were in where, in the heat of the market in 5 and 6. It wasn't based on local demand and local jobs. And it was more investors and frenzy and people buying to flip it in a couple of years. And it wasn't tied to underlying incomes, which is normally what drives housing. So those would be the areas that we're most concerned with. And in an area, say, north of Fort Myers, where we don't have a big business, there were a lot of homes sold at 05 and 06. It wasn't to local people with local jobs.
Right.
And for any market to have a sustained housing dynamic, you need jobs. So
should people look at homes, do you think, Jeff, going forward as smart investments? And I mean second, third, fourth properties?
Depending on where they are, there's parts of the country that have actually held value well and are now going up again in price. So I think everyone has their own strategy and their own thoughts on things. Home ownership is still a strong desire of Americans through this economic crises that the country's been through.
Right.
People still want to own homes. They still follow and chase the American dream. Do they need 3 of them or 4 of them? I don't think so.
So what signs, finally, Jeff, are you looking at that will tell you, all right, I think that this market has stabilized? We might not get back to the levels we saw in 2006, but what signs are you looking for that say, all right, we're there?
Very local market, as you know. Housing is unique to the sub-market of that city, not just the city. And within that sub-market, if inventory is stable, prices are stable to up, it's a pretty good market to be in. And when I use the coastal area of California, that's exactly what's gone on there, and we feel good about the coastal area of California. Each city will recover at its own pace and have its own story, but inventory stable and prices up.